trying to catch the falling Dis knife. Down 40 lifetime on Disney stock at the moment. Had been buying on the way up to $200-ish and on the way back down, but stopped at about $100 for an average of $139 per share. I know Disney has so many sources of income, but it feels like the stock has just stalled in the middle of a lake and is stuck without a paddle. Between mid-level remakes, parks not hitting expectations this summer, and no dividend on the stock, not really confident I'll be getting my money back anytime soon. I'm in Disney for the long haul, but trying to figure out when the best time to add more is so I can start digging myself out of this 40 hole. I don't feel as if it will get to $60-70 range, but it's been still dripping toward $80 constantly. What do we think? Is this stock just toast, or will it come back as time progresses? Best reason to buy more is everyone here thinks you shouldn't. I heard so many negative things about Dis. From my opinion, if economy isn't doing well and Dis don't hold itself together from here on out, I think Dis will fall into the 50s. Reddit is really negative about Dis. Why buy Dis when 1. There are better stocks out there. 2. You already own a lot of Dis. I have a 84 average and I'm DCAing. I'm kinda just going against the grain here. It seems like everybody is so sure they will be in the 50s. Lot of assets and IP. The jackpot would be if there's a record set for biggest acquisition. I am gonna buy more. Okay, down like 20 overall, and I know what crazy brand loyalty Disney has. I'm buying for the very long term. They are a cultural cornerstone and I don't see them going away within the next 5-10 years. Remind me 5 years. I have been holding this stock for a couple decades. I should have dropped it when they cut the dividend. The grooming of the next CEO was a bad pick, and I think most of Wall Street wants a new CEO. Game plan before they invest in Dis again. Getting in a political fights and social issues didn't help either. Disney has an appreciated share price on over 10 years. Why are so many people obsessed with this company? Dis is the epitome of a buy low stock. Everyone hates it. Tons of bad press. Time to buy. First of all, what do you think it is worth? Secondly, why can't it get down to 60-70 range? Do you even know the different businesses Dis has? And how much each division makes? When you bought the stock at $200, what was your exit strategy? 210? 250? 300? You basically don't know what you own. And probably should never have bought the stock. You bought it because it has a great brand name. If I told you it was worth $400 or $75, could you tell me I was wrong? If you have 100 shares, sell CCs while you wait for it to recover. Dis stock will be flat for the next several years. The leadership is weak and business decisions are made without the consumer in mind. Gonna tap $77, then it will rally to the weekly 200 MA around $130 in the Santa rally. Remind me 4 months here. Emo, there is little upside for a long time. CEO drama. Lawsuits. Florida drama. Hurricanes. Their latest movies blow. Marvel is tired. Star Wars never did get off the ground. Emo. And overall, the only thing I use Disney for anymore is Bluey. The business feels doomed from every angle you can think of. I don't believe they'll ever get back to ATH before the inevitable buyout. The only reason to be bullish is that Reddit hates it. Lol. Why are you in it for the long haul? They've botched their intro to streaming. Their old CEO did major damage to the talent that he caused to leave. They devalued their biggest assets, Star Wars and Marvel, due to mismanagement. I personally think it's an overvalued company, plain and simple. And I think the damage their prior CEO did, especially to employees and brand assets, is not something that can be recovered from quickly. Is jack of all trades master of none a thing with companies? Seems to be what's going on here. I'm watching for signs of life. It's got a solid base, so once it starts moving, I'm in. I think the time is near. Ma friend, those are some heavy bags you got. With the current Disney financial woes, it will take a hot minute for the stock to ever go that high again. For what it's worth, Morningstar is giving it a fair value of 145, and I think they hit the analysis on this one. Fuck Disney. Go woke, go broke. If you really like the stock long term, I wouldn't blame you if you average down. Theme parks, cruise line, and merchandise part of the business is still really strong. It's everything else, new movies and streaming, that's been sucking. Try to get it to like $90 basis and then just hope and pray they figure shit out. Maybe don't look at the stock price for a few years, haha. I have a 120 average and have been DCAing here and there. People love to shit on dis, and yeah, what's going on right now with their content, etc. isn't great, but they have been through ruts several times and turned it around. Honestly, if you're not going to buy dis at today's prices, I can't imagine you'll ever buy. I don't own dis, but if ever I wanted to, right now is when I'd buy. Dis is all over the place and they continue to miss the mark on their new stuff, Star Wars, Marvel. In addition, they keep rehashing their old material and adding some questionable stuff to it. Billy Porter as Cinderella's fairy godmother. The whole brand is a mess. Emo. Now they're in talks about taking away password sharing and upping monthly fee for Disney. I'd say the only good thing they have going for them now is ESPN. And I don't think that is enough to save them. I couldn't imagine being down on one of the biggest media companies ever. Wait it out. Right now dis price fair value ratio is almost 0.5, meaning as Disney were to be sold, it's worth at least twice what it's currently trading for. All the negativity here makes me bullish on dis. Stick to ETFs. None of you are beating the market long term. I like Disney debt, not the common. Seems to bounce off around low $80 levels frequently, so I'd start adding more there. I'm hoping for a little pump, so I can exit my $96 shares. I've been selling covered calls on it and was able to reduce my effective AVG to $78 over this past year. But I think I would rather exit and get a better opportunity. I'm a believer in the long term of the company. I just don't think they outperform SPY for the long haul. If you look at the past 10 years, they have had some massive successes like Frozen, Jungle Book, Moana, Zootopia, a lot of successful Star Wars movies, etc., etc. They've sold a huge amount of merchandise too. Even so, they haven't been able to keep a steady growing stock price. It's all over the place. Sure, you could say that over the past 10 years they are up around 30. But I wouldn't put my money in a company that's so volatile. There are way better solid stocks out there. Why people just not buy with the trend, I will never understand. It can't go possibly lower than this. Sure it fucking can. It can go to zero. There are countless of examples of great blue chips that went to zero. Don't be fooled with cheap-looking stocks. It is always way better to buy overvalued quality stocks with the trend than cheap-looking stocks. The market is smarter than you. Institutions are smarter than you. There is a reason it is down. All the magic is gone. It's a propaganda machine, and it's going broke. They do nothing but crap out completely desecrated IPs, Star Wars and Marvel, and use them to tell shit stories. Why people choose to pick stocks over just buying QQQ is bring beyond me. Especially when you don't know how the market works.